Hey guys, Ernest O'Dell here, and one more real quick tutorial. How to create images on on Canva.com, animated images. So I'm going to try to make this as short as possible in the interest of time because we've got a meeting coming up in about 2 hours. So I'm going to try to make this as short as possible. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to share my screen. Anybody that wants to come on here and has something to contribute, you can private message me and I'll send you the link to join me live if you wish. But I'm going to try to keep the Q&A down on this to make it as short as possible. Let me get a few things set up here that you can't do pre-show. I'm using StreamYard.com for my live streaming. It has a few advantages over Zoom Live. Zoom, I can go into one channel at a time. That is my moderator. So that's my moderator computer over here, over on the other side. That way, if I see somebody that needs to leave a comment, I can highlight the comment. So feel free to leave comments down below this video. If you have something or a question that I can answer real quick, feel free to post your comment or question below. Right now, let me get into sharing my screen. And I think what I need to do is over here on the other computer, I got to turn all these sounds off. There. I'm going to turn the sound off on the other computer so it doesn't feed back on me and share my audio over here. I'm going to do the basics today, okay? Just the basics. We're going to open up another tab over here on the browser. And I'm going to monitor the computer over here on my other computer. And we're going to go to Canva, Canva.com. If you don't have an account over there, you can create a free account. They do have upgrades on a pro account. But a lot of stuff I'm going to show you today, just about 99.99% of what I'm doing here is free. Okay. And you can log in with your Facebook account. So if you have an account, you can set one up and get it registered. Or you can log in with Apple, Google, or Facebook. And since I am logged in on my Facebook account, I'm just going to go ahead and log in. It's going to catch my ID and put me in. And let me get a real quick sip. Okay. Now, want to make sure that everybody is seeing the same thing that I'm seeing. Yep. Okay. All right. Now, close this. And we're going to start off with creating a design. Now, you can use some of their templates. And what I'm just going to do is I'm going to create a custom size design. Okay. Now, the images that Michael Price and his team have provided for us for the FreeBot system, the nice ones with the house and the boats and everything, they are 940 pixels wide, 358 pixels high, which is a perfect fit for your Facebook timeline, group, page, whatever you want to put it in. So it's a good fit. Okay. So what we're going to do is just go in here and start from scratch. Okay. And we're going to come up with a blank palette. Okay. And if you want to give your if you want to give each frame like 5 seconds or 10 seconds, or make it even a longer one, for you could give it 60 seconds, so you could set your timer here by scrolling up a maximum of 30 seconds. You could put a 30-second timer on each panel. We're not going to do that. We're going to make it short. We're going to make it right at 5 seconds. 5 seconds is usually enough time for people to read something, as long as you don't have a whole lot of text on your panel, okay, or palette. Look at this as a piece of art, like you're an artist painting on a palette or a canvas, which is why they call it Canva. Okay, and then we're going to go to uploads. And you see I already have the items uploaded, the banners uploaded from a folder on my computer. So I'm going to show you, just going to step through it again. We're going to say upload media, and we're going to go to our device. If you have it stored somewhere else, you can get it there. And I'm going to go over to my folder at FreeBot System, and let me go back one to see if I can't find the right folder. Here it is. Okay. And these are all in order. I've got these all in order as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 through 15. And to select these in order, if you want to put them in order, you can. Hold your shift key down and highlight everything like that in one fell swoop. And then you notice right here, I've got all the files locked in for upload. We're going to hit open, and we're going to upload them again. Okay. And you watch this little bubble over here that shows you that they're uploading. And each one of these is showing a little different speed of upload. They're all pretty much the same file size in weight as far as kilobytes. Now, once you get this put together in an animated GIF, and I'm going to show you how to save it as a GIF. It could be 2 megabytes. If you save it as an MP4, it might be 2.5 megabytes. It might be more. I'm not going to put all 15 panels in. I'm going to show you how to add pages if you want to. But if you just wanted to put something kind of short, and run like a 30-second GIF in rotation, we'd use 6 panels, okay? 6 times 5 seconds, 30 seconds, half a minute. It rotates back through again, and you can put text on these things. Well, it looks like we got them all uploaded, so let's go ahead and pop that one in here. And you notice it's not full size. Now, you can do one or two things here. You can drag it out to full size, or you can right-click on the image and tell it to set image as background, and it automatically pops it out to the full bleed point. If you grab it, it'll overbleed. You can right-click and detach the image from the background. So we're going to go back and just set that as the background. And if you want to put your website domain on there, come over here to the text tool, and you can use headings like this and say www, whoops, SSS, www.yoururl.com. Okay. Highlight all of that text, grab your color, and put something on there that would be a good contrast against the back. That's not a good contrast. Highlight, go back to color, and let's try yellow. That's a little bit better. Or we come up here and grab black. And you notice that your contrast, it's not real good, so you might have to drag. You can also grab it by this drag tool here, and you can put it right here. We can turn this back to white and see how it would go in there. You can also change the font. This is Open Sans Extra. You can drop the font down, use permanent marker. Go back to color. So you can play around with this. Use a silver gray. It doesn't do well. All right. Now, you can also come in here and delete that particular element. If you want to use some of these, which are fancy fonts, this is a 2-element, which is, you see right here, I've got 2 different elements in this group. If you wanted to delete one, you could just delete that element that you have highlighted and focused on. This is delete group. That would delete the whole thing. So we're just going to delete that top where it says level. And we're going to highlight this, and we're going to change the color to red. Highlight that. And we're going to bring the font size down to, let's say, about 80 points. And say www.yoururl.com. And there is no mixed case on these fonts in particular. So I'm going to drop that down to about 64, and let's see if it fits. Go to 48. Stretch this out. Grab it right over here. And then grab right here in the middle. You'll see a crosshairs, and watch the little light red lines where it goes to center. There is the vertical center line, and now it's in between. There is the horizontal center, vertical center and horizontal center. You can change the opacity, transparency, You can give it a little bit of transparency there, so you can play around with this. You want to make it visual enough due to the contrast of the colors, okay? And you might have to change the colors where, let's say we use black, or let's say we use blue on this. Looks like I lost my element. Okay, so let's go back and use a different element. Let's use the glow, or let's use something that's easier to read. Okay, Planet Arcadia, and we're going to at that, we're going to bring this down to about 48. There it is. Let me go ahead and delete that. We'll grab this and drag it down and see if we can't get our vertical axis. That's centered. And get our horizontal axis. There, okay. Highlight all that. Say www.yoururl.com. Okay. And to make sure, you can also spin this. If you want to spin it across and drag it where it's easy to see. So, you could do this. And then if you want to duplicate that, you don't want to duplicate the page, but you want to come over here and duplicate that element, okay? So now we're going to leave that there for right now because we can drag it down to another pane, add a page, and we're going to go back to our uploads, and we're using the pool scene here. So let's go and put that one there, right click on this, set image as background, and then come up here and grab this one and bring it down in approximately the same position, and maybe go in and put it down here at the bottom. If you put it in your your timeline up here, then probably what you want to do is position it up here. Excuse me. Let me get a drink. A little bit of water. You can put that on your timeline or your group or your page. You might want to put it up above your picture, okay? And we're going to go down here, create another page, and we're going to put the house in here, right click, set image as background. You can change up this right here. First, we're going to duplicate it, and we're going to drag it down to the next panel. And we're going to change the font size to 36 points. And you can also animate it. So if you wanted to animate that particular element, you can have it come in and breathe. You can block it in, fade it, pan it in, put it on the rise, tumble it in, okay? And once you set that as tumble, it's going to come in. These right here with the crown on it are for pro versions, pro subscribers. And then this is stamp. This is tectonic, baseline, pop, scrapbook, neon, kind of gives a neon blink. So if you was to use that, you could. The tumble does well, catches people's attention. Okay, now we'll go back and double click on that to get it off focus. Come down here, let's grab another, let's use this one here. Right click, set image, and we've got 4 pages showing here. Come back over here to text and grab wow, and we'll put wow in there. Highlight all the letters, and I don't think you have to really highlight the letters just to get them to size down. Let's see, there. Grab that. Grab the tool. And we'll say www. Take that exclamation mark out, your url.com. Okay. And we'll just grab this and move it back up until we get the center marks nice and centered. Okay. And we got 4 panels. Add a page. Let's go ahead and add another page for page 6. 6 times 5 is going to be 30 seconds. Let's go back up to our uploads and let's grab this one. Right click, set as background. And then on this one, we're going to grab the boat. Okay. And right click, set image as background. And come back up here. We're going to come back up to text and try a little take this and delete that element. Take this and put it back to vertical, or you can turn it around, drag it down a little bit. We can bring the font size down, let's say about 32. Say www.your. Now this is multi-case, your url.com. So you can use mixed case on the Bucati script. And sometimes you see images like this on the web, with a URL on a slant, or you can grab it and, put it another direction, drag it over here. And we're going to leave that like that and come over here and put cheers on this one. And we're going to size that down from its default to about 36. Drag this down. And we're going to give it a little bit of orange. See how that looks. Okay. And we can come in here and change the font from bangers to choose another one over here and say www.yoururl.com. So you can use this for whatever you're promoting. Okay. We'll grab this and make sure that it's centered and vertical, horizontal. If you hit that, you'll see where it's nice and centered. Okay, now you can take this and time it, play it. It'll start on panel number 1, 5 seconds, panel number 2. And you see how it animates in there and it's running on the timer. panel number 4, panel number 5, and panel number 6. Once you get it down to that, you can test it and play it. You can also download it. And you want to save it not as an MP4, but save it as a short clip, no sound GIF. Okay. Click all 6 pages, download, and it'll start compiling. Take a real quick drink. Robert, sorry I didn't get you the conversation here. I was watching the one computer, and Robert Brooker is a friend of mine up in Toronto. I got another friend of mine who is in this team with us. He's also from Toronto. And yes, these are nice tips I've found. And Doug Kuzma, glad to see you here. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to close that, come over here, and I'm going to show it in my folder. And it's up here, so I can take it and copy it, because it's going to put it in your download folder. I'm going to copy that and move it to a folder and copy it over to another folder. And we'll put this in the FreeBot system folder. I'll just put it right here in the default folder, paste. So now I can take that and play it here. Click it. It opens up. Takes a few seconds to load. There it is. It's playing in its own window here on my computer, so I know it's working. And there it is, flying in. So we'll go ahead and close that because we know it's working. And close this. Now, if you want to load each panel individually to a zip file so you can manipulate them as separate images, click this and then go to all pages and select this right here. So it shows all 4 pages, 5, 6 pages. You can do this with 15 images. The more images that you have in there, it's going to make it a little bit longer. I made this one 6 images times 5 seconds for 30 seconds. Now, I'm going to download this, all pages. And it's showing it as an MP4, which is my mistake. Let me close that, start over, come back over here, select GIF, and then download all pages. Done. We're going to select download again. So now it's going to select the GIF format, and it's going to download each panel. Each panel will be in a GIF, even though it's not animated. It might be animated, who knows? Okay. So we open this up, show in folder, and there it is. Okay. That's one panel, 2 panels. This is still the animated GIF, okay? So let me go back and close this and go back to download. We want to change MP4 and go to JPEG. And we're going to select all pages done. And we're going to say download individuals in JPEG format. And it should put it into a zip file. There it is. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, open it up and show it in folder. Now, you could take that zip file and put it into a folder wherever you want it. There it is. You can extract all files and put it into a folder and use each separate image. And here I'll just blow it up to large icons, and you can see I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times 5 seconds, but you can use them individually. So if you wanted to put one of these in a folder somewhere and use it on your website, you could do that. Okay. So we are running 31 minutes and 38 seconds and continuing, and I hope this has been helpful and beneficial for you. Go over and use canva.com. It is free. And we do tutorials on this every now and then as requested. If you've got something else that you'd like to do, I can show you how to snag premium images and save them to your hard drive without having to pay for the pro account. I know I'm not supposed to tell you that, but I did. And we're going to stop sharing here and go back to the studio and say hi to Doug and Ernest from Robert Brooker in Toronto, Ontario. I get the impression that Doug Kuzma is winning an ever-expanding audience. Yes, he is. Doug has quite the audience. He's got about, 40 or 50,000 people? Ernest, I thought for a while that you had pre-recorded this, remembering that email, and thought, this is cool. It feels as though it's live. Well, yeah, this is live. I did this before a few days ago, but I wanted to make this one without any links in the comments, in the summary below the video. I wanted to make it generic enough that people could use it in a tutorial so that it doesn't, violate any affiliate rules and standards, because I am recording this for a team. So anybody wants to use this. I do have links on my YouTube videos for some of my other products and links. But this one, I thought I would broadcast it to 8 different channels, 4 of my YouTube channels, 4 Facebook channels, and not put any links in it. Give people something that they can use in a generic way without having to, feel like they've been marketed to. As the old saying goes, people don't like to be sold, but they do like to buy stuff. Okay, so we'll leave it at that. We're going on 35 minutes, and I hope that this has been beneficial. Wanted to make it short because we've got a meeting coming up at 7 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 o'clock Pacific, over on the free bot system. Another training with the free bot system that shows you how to automate your marketing. You've probably seen it up there on my timeline. This is a neat little tool. It is catching people by a tsunami wave. Okay. So we'll see you on the next tutorial. Hope this has been beneficial again, and we'll talk to you later. Bye-bye. Ernest O'Dell signing off.